Hey everyone, it's Peter from Rock Daydream Nation. Today I'm going to cover Australian rock legends, Hoodoo Gurus. Hoodoo Gurus started in around about 1981. All the members were very well seasoned in a lot of independent punk acts. You started off with the lead singer, Dave Faulkner, songwriter. You had then Brad Shepherd, lead guitar. Then you had Clyde Bramley on bass to be replaced by Richard Grossman, I think on the third album, who's there to this day. And then on the drums, the original lineup, you had James Baker, and then he was replaced by Mark Kingsmill, who was there for the classic lineup for the duration. So how would I describe Hoodoo Gurus to those people not familiar? I would describe them as a blend of garage rock, heavy rock. It's Beatlesque, it's Stones, there's a little bit of Birds, there's punk influence, it's everything. They are sponges of pop culture and it all comes out into their albums and into their work. Dave Faulkner is a classic singer-songwriter, has a beautiful voice, and they're catchy as all hell. And basically their songs were radio hits in Australia. They toured America, supported the Bangles, big on the college circuit. Like a lot of Australian acts, they didn't quite break through. I'm going to rank the top three albums, which is really tough because they have a high quality. There's not much difference between any of their albums, but in my opinion, there's a couple that are just above the rest, and I'd like to talk to you about them. We'll start off with an honourable mention, 1989, and you've got Magnum Cum Louder. So if you heard this album, you would think it's hard rock. It's their most heavy hitting. Mark Kingsmill on drums is absolutely belting it. You've got Brad Shepherd just doing some guitar hero riffage, great songwriting. The killer tracks on this album would be Come Anytime and my favorite, Axe Grinder. What a riff. Check it out. If you like your rock a little bit heavy and less on the psych, go for that album. That's my honourable mention. Then we get into the top three. Blow Your Cool. So this came out in 1987, and this was a big commercial hit in Australia. I think it hit number 2. What's My Scene was the big hit, which was a little bit of a throwback to the 60s rock. Great songwriting, catchy. They're the perfect crossover between rock and radio friendly. Check out that album. That's really catchy, and that's Blow Your Cool. Then we get to number 2. Mars Needs Guitars, and I'm trying my best on this one. So Mars Needs Guitars. This is where the songwriting of Dave Faulkner just absolutely went to another level. I mean, side 1, Bittersweet, Poison Pen, In the Wild, Death Defying, Like Wow, Wipeout. Now, Like Wow, Wipeout was the first single, and that was a bit of a 60s surf throwback with a great little, you know, the surf guitar and the great drumming, but catchy as hell. This started to get a lot of college radio, a lot of alternative music stations in the Northern Hemisphere to take note, and they went on a tour supporting the Bangles. I think they troubled the lower region of the Billboard Top 50. And as I said, they were a bit of a hit on the college circuit, but like many Australian acts, they just didn't quite break through. But this album is so catchy, and I'll just try to get it up again because it's very shiny. This is the Canadian pressing of Mars Needs Guitars. Definitely worth catching it. It's got all of that. The songwriting lyrics are, you know, they're personal, they're observational, and plus it covers a lot of Dave Faulkner's, you know, he's a sponge for pop culture, you know, 60s TV, you know, world events. It's just fantastic. So check that out, Mars Needs Guitars. Then my last one is my favorite, and it's up there as one of the great debut albums. you've got Hoodoo Gurus and Stone Age Romeos. So this is where they had that perfect crystallization of all their punk, their rock roots, 60s garage rock. It's a perfect crystallization, and there's just the songwriting is great. My Girl is a standout track, a little bit of a ballad. My personal favorite is I Want You Back, just really powerful, probably one of my favorite Australian songs of all time. Tojo, if you like your guitar rock, with a little bit of 60s flavor, a little bit of jangly and that garage rock, this is the album for you. And this is my favorite, Hoodoo Gurus, Stone Age Romeos. Came out about 1982. And incidentally, Hoodoo Gurus, that was one of the first acts I saw as a 15-year-old at a gig. And they've just been one of my favorites to this day. What are your favorite Hoodoo Gurus albums? Please let me know. Subscribe to Rock Daydream Nation, and we'll catch up soon for a further rock chat very shortly. See you later. Bye.